Hey friends, I cannot believe the day is finally here that I am able to show you all our home, Maple Haven. It is going to be a Airbnb. If you're not familiar with my channel at all, I'm Lynette. My husband Nick is unfortunately not here anymore. We live in Florida, Sarasota to be exact, but we bought an investment property slash vacation home up here in Ohio's Amish country, specifically Sugar Creek, Ohio. I'm excited to share with you this tour of our home. We've put a lot of work into it this summer. I've been here almost 2 months now, which is too long to be gone away from home. I'm ready to be back in Florida, but we've had, a good summer. We've just spent a lot of time working on getting the house ready and furnished for us, but also for guests. I know many of you love to visit Holmes County, and I'm hoping that this will be a little place of respite for you. Just a couple details up front. The house has 3 bedrooms and it will sleep 7, and I will have the listing in the description box below. You can go ahead and book, and I hope that you enjoy your stay here. Without further ado, let me show you around. So this is the front of the property. A nice porch, has morning sunrises, and it's lovely to sit at. We have a little bistro table for you to be able to drink some coffee at, or extra seating. There's also a pair of rockers on the front porch that are super comfortable. I love to sit out here in the morning. We do have next door neighbors here, and so definitely be respectful of the shared driveway since it's a residential neighborhood. I will take you inside. This will not be the door that you all or guests will enter, but I felt like this is the proper way to do a home tour. Go in the front door. I wish Nick were here to film it for me, but he's not, so I'm on my own. We have a really pretty green sectional here from Article. I've got some swivel chairs that are super comfortable. These are Cheetah Living chairs, and we love them. The star of the show, I think, is the entertainment center. My sister Kara found it on Facebook Marketplace. Love it. It's one of those old, I think what used to house a record player. If you open the doors, it's just beautiful, totally beautiful. So this is also a Samsung frame TV. I know I've gotten questions on where'd you get the art on the wall? It's actually not art, it is a TV. We do have streaming services available for you. Got a coffee table here, to put your feet on and relax. The couch is actually pretty comfortable, and it's a velvet one. I just think it's really pretty. And the rug is a Laloy rug. It's very soft and plush. It's one of the cloud pile rugs. And here's panning this way, which leads into the dining room. There's the front door. We've got a beautiful table here from Castlery. They partnered with me on several different pieces of furniture. And this is the dining room area. It actually is an extendable table that you can pull, and a piece flips up. You can seat up to probably 8 people. And we've got some swivel bar stools over there. This is a little collection, a gallery wall collection. I actually had pinned a picture early on as kind of the inspiration piece on Pinterest. And I was determined to do something somewhere in the dining room. And this is what I came up with. Really like it. It's just cute. I tried to find some sort of vintage looking frames, some art. Over in the corner, I've got another tree. That one was probably Amazon. I will try to link as many things below as I can. And taking you into the kitchen, I want to take a minute to thank the sponsor of today's video, which is Blueland. I've been using a lot of their products for the last, half year. I've been trying out different things. I've especially been using them here at the house, and I really like them. I've been trying to take steps to live a more healthy lifestyle and be conscious of what's, going into our bodies and our homes, what I'm having in our house, what I'm putting on my skin. And I think that sometimes there are, for instance, microplastics in our home and in our, everyday living that we don't even realize. The dishwasher tablets you often buy, those are, full of microplastics, which absorb, they're washing your dishes, and it's really not good for you at all. And so Blueland has a really, really good option, and I've been enjoying their dishwasher tablets. I have a whole bunch of them at home. Their packaging is 100% compostable, so they're free from parabens, phosphates, ammonia, VOC, chlorine, bleach, or phthalates. They are also septic safe and 100% bio-based. and they do a really good job, I have found. I've also been enjoying their multi-purpose spray, their bathroom spray as well. What is so cool about these bottles is that there's a whole bottle's worth of cleaning product in one little tablet that you put inside these bottles. There's no harsh chemicals. It's plant and mineral based. I just feel like it's a good switch that I can make for my family. And if you're interested in trying out Blueland today, they do have a special offer for you. All you have to do is scan the QR code on the screen or click the link in my description box to get 15% off of your first kit. Now, back to the rest of the tour. This is a house that had been pretty much totally redone, and we didn't do a lot of the hard work as far as redoing things. So we basically had to furnish everything, which was really nice. So we didn't have to do a whole lot of work as far as like demoing this house, because it is a very old house. I think it's built in 1930. It was a Sears catalog house actually. But here's the kitchen. We have a little coffee station here. I'm so excited for this. I've got a Breville. And I will have a QR code that you guys can scan and watch a little tutorial if you don't know how to use one of these, because, you know, these are a little bit handled with care. They're expensive little machines, but I love having this feature available. I would love it if I would go to an Airbnb, because I generally like to take mine along if I can. And so I kind of treated this place as how I would love, you know, to be treated, or what I'm looking for when I visit Airbnbs. Now, in case you're panicking, I do also have a regular drip coffee maker and a K-cup option, all in one. And we've got a French press. So, all the options. I will have some coffee stocked for you. I've got some K-cups. I have things, you know, labeled somewhat. And I've got a good amount of things. There's a grinder to be able to grind your beans. I am actually buying the coffee to stock here at the house from Wall House Coffee. They're actually relatives of mine, and they're a local roastery. They have a Wall House restaurant, cafe, coffee shop, whatever you want to call it, in Sugar Creek here. So it's a local place. You can go there, eat, and you can also buy coffee. I'm so happy to be stocking it here in the house, at least limited amounts, probably not endless supplies because it is expensive, but it's something that I wanted to offer to guests. And should you not be a coffee drinker, I've got a little tin here with a variety of different teas, some honey sticks, and then an electric kettle. I love that little spot there. I've got a lot of different things here, perfect for your needs. I don't know what all you guys want to see, but I'll show you at least the basics. Got some dish rags and towels down there, some more pots and pans in the bottom. Got hot pads. I've got an empty cupboard should you need to put some food somewhere. Got a toaster, knife set. I've got some spices, different things like that. A couple essentials there. I also have a couple different items up here. Hopefully I'll have the basics of what you all, you know, are needing. There are some things in this cupboard as well. Some bowls, food storage, plates, glass bowls. And then of course I've got a bunch of pots and pans, bowls, cooking, kettles, different things like that. Some more random things down there. I'm going to stock a couple snacks for when guests arrive. Would have loved to do like a homemade option, but we haven't been able to figure out the logistics of that with everything, with not me being here and all of that. So we are going to stock a variety of different snacks so that if you're hungry when you get here or at any point in time, you have some snacks to snack on. Next, I'm going to take you out to the back deck. Very bright and sunshiny right now, but anyway, this is the little area that goes out. Got a couple extra chairs there if you need them. And this goes out to our back deck. It's the star of the show in the evening. I'll have some footage to put over it. It's just gorgeous with the lights, and we've got a little fire pit back there. We also have a grill available for you to use. Hung some string lights. We have some chairs from Kauffman Lawn Furniture. They're called the chat chairs, I believe. I've got some other sling chairs in the back there. And this is the back of the house. Got a little area there to stand on to grill. We may change it up in the future, but this is kind of what we were working with this year. A little flower bed back here, and our yard. Need to mow the yard yet today before I leave. The garage is also going to be locked, so guests will not have access to that. There's a side entrance, which is where guests will access. This is where you go in. And this is the laundry room, mudroom, bathroom area. So back here in the corner, this is an area that's not quite finished. My Uncle Jeremy, the one who builds me all my things up here and built our kitchen cabinets, the Heritage Wood Shop, he is building us a little shoe cabinet situation. And then we're also going to be adding a shelf and a little bar up there. With all of us living here, 6 people, we didn't have any storage there, and we just had bins on the floor, and I was stumped for a while as to what I wanted to put there. We do plan to spend, you know, time here in the summer, a month or 2, and so I know that guests likely won't need it, but it was more for our sake. And then also, he's gonna build a little shelf situation that goes across the top. So back to where you come in the door, we have that area there. We've got some hooks for you to hang things on. And we have all these beautiful old doors that they had restored and kept in the house. Same with the old trim, the wood floors. They're just gorgeous. And I'm very thankful to have this character. And it's been fun to work with a different style of home. Have a hall tree here as well, and a mirror. Also a hamper. This is the little bathroom. The main bathroom, actually, that houses a shower. This is downstairs, and it works very well. We love this shower. They did a great job on, I think they added this bathroom a couple years ago, and so we have been using this shower, and we really love it. It's got, you know, nice rain head, but also a handheld one. I added a little corner bench to be able to prop your feet up, or whatever you would need there. And then it is a really teeny tiny little vanity, but as you can see, there's not a lot of room. So hopefully it'll work. We kind of made it work for us. And this is the wall that I'd shown you previously if you watched my other videos. My uncle built us these plywood shelves. They just slid into the wall, fit perfectly. I painted the back wall, and this is going to be where the towels, washcloths, and things are housed for guests. And then, of course, the hooks. They're super necessary in bathrooms, especially in Airbnbs, just for people to be able to hang towels and so forth. So we also have a shade here, or a blind, bamboo style, that you can pull up and down. So no worries on the privacy there. You can still see out or have it bright if you're, you know, just getting ready. But there's a good little view of the back area. All right, swiveling back out here, there is, yes, a washer and dryer here, cabinet with some extras in there, and this goes out to the kitchen and the living room. So there we are. That's the main floor. All right, taking you upstairs. Again, here I have a blind for you to pull if needed. This looks into the floor with the bedrooms. I put a little scripture art here. There's a bedroom. This is an owner's closet. And then I wanted to show you guys the final reveal of this bathroom. This is the bathroom that we did put some work into, Nick being most of it. We tore out this drywall, or the old plaster that was here, because we wanted to redo lights. They were only switch lights. The vanity was really small, and I partnered with Willow Bath and Vanity to put a new vanity in here. It's gorgeous. It's actually like the one we have at home. It's just, this is Evergreen Fog by Sherwin-Williams, I think, or similar. It's actually the same color as my bedroom, ironically. That's kind of why I picked it. But we added a new light fixture. My brother helped us with a lot of electrical stuff here in the house. Very thankful for that. And of course it has a beautiful quartz countertop. It's got quite a lot of storage. Got a couple different drawers. And down here, we've got room for washcloths, makeup cloths. And then I decided to put towels in here as well. And then toilet paper in the bottom drawer. I added some art. I really like it. It's just kind of clean and more modern, but still kind of ties in with the green. I did add wallpaper to this wall and also this wall over here. I decided to do it since we took down the shower. We have 4 hooks in the back here, I think. So they kind of blend in with the wallpaper. But we do have hooks for you to hang things on. And then a little hamper here. And then the tub, we ended up painting it. Used to be black, and then the trim in here was black, and the walls were gray, and it had one of those old frames with like a shower head. And halfway through the project or towards the end, we realized that that's just really not going to be practical with all of the potential water that could be sprayed on the walls, and it really kind of boxed it in. And it would have been a bit of a mess. It's also obviously a hazard if you're trying to step over it and shower. It could be slippery. And I know that a lot of people probably wouldn't use the shower anyway because of, how it's situated. And yet I love the features of this old, it's not a clawfoot tub, but sort of. So we ended up taking the shower frame out, and there's just a tub up here, which is a bit of a bummer in that sense. I just think it's way more practical, and we don't have to worry about water damage and all of that. So I've got a little tray here. If you do like to take baths, you can obviously remove it if you have kids and they just want to take a bath. So this is guest bedroom number 1. I have a queen bed in here. It is from Castlery. I did decide to go with duvets for the time being. Cleaning is super, super important to me, and I'm going to be extremely picky about it. And that's always a really big part of an Airbnb, is making sure it's clean. I do have a quilt available though, should you all want something lighter. If you don't like the duvet, you can kind of like fold it up and put it on the bench or the chair over there. Hopefully so it doesn't get dirty, but you do have some options. That was my goal. Feels fresh and fun. I did include a full-length mirror here, a little bench for you to put things on. And then in the closets, I do have 2 robes available here. I've got a hamper, a step stool, I've got a pack and play, fans in every bedroom, as well as some hangers. And I've got air mattress, sheets, some different things like that, pillows, extra quilt. My goal is just to have everything you might need. Moving out into the hallway, this is the door. It goes up to the attic, and we found that during the summertime, because it's an old house and they're just not insulated like new houses are, we found that by leaving the attic door open and cooling the attic with air conditioners, it really helps in keeping the bedroom level cooler. We do have whole house air system, but like I said, it's just not as well insulated. And so by leaving doors open, it will definitely help keep things cool. This is going to be the master primary suite here. We've got a king bed in here. It does make for a little tighter quarters, but it's worked out well, and we really did not want to sacrifice that. We wanted a king if at all possible. I've got some wall-mounted sconces, lamps. They're like a swing arm lamp. We do have little nightstands that are attached to the wall. It was just really a tight space, and I definitely wanted nightstands. And so we decided to go with that because it does give a little bit more room when you're, making the bed, when you're doing things, and yet it's also easier to clean. And so I found these, I think, on Wayfair. So I'm very happy with that. Still has, room for you to put things in if you need to, a little shelf. But yes, here again, I did a white waffle duvet on this one. You have just a regular set of pillows. I have the regular king sham pillows and then the Euro style pillows. I found that when I'm sitting in bed, I love having 2 to 3 pillows to sit against. It just adds more support, and I love how it looks. So my goal was to just create a space that feels plush and welcoming and inviting. We did go with white sheets in this bedroom. We do have a quilt available in the closet should you need it. If you'd rather use that, I do have a basket here for you to put extra pillows in if you want to, or you can put it on the desk, wherever. I wanted a little seating area. I also kind of wanted a desk here, mainly for us, but I also know that people do work, away from home. Sometimes they bring work with them. So hopefully this is a little spot that you can do that if you need to. But yeah, I'm excited for this little area here. We have a beautiful dresser here from our friends at Pleasant View Furniture. They're out on 62, close to Blueland. Also got a full-length mirror here mounted on the wall for you. We do have a closet here, and I don't have the light on at the moment, but again, I've got 2 robes, different sizes, hangers. I've also got an ironing board, iron, got a quilt, extra quilt for you, and that's just stuff for us. I've got some more hangers, as well as a laundry hamper. So nice size closet. I know it's not necessarily something that guests will fill up or anything. Moving into the 3rd bedroom. I call this the boys' bedroom because this is where they slept. We put a full-size bed in here and also a twin-size bed because the window was not centered. So that always bugs me. And so Mom was like, well, why don't you put a full size? It's a little bigger. You can sleep 2 if you have to. It's maybe not ideal, but especially if you have kids, it's perfectly fine for kids. And if you are in a couple or something and you prefer to have more room, I guess you can sleep in separate beds or something. But mainly we wanted to have, you know, as many beds as possible, and I didn't want to put bunk beds in here. So that is what we ended up with. We have 1 piece of art in here. I really was hoping to do more, but I know that Airbnb's less is more sometimes, and I just kind of ran out of time and didn't find what I was looking for. So we've got 1 piece there, kind of tied in green and blues in this room, at least a little bit, just to add a little bit of fun. And you'll find that the green bench over here ties in with that. Actually put stuff inside it if you need to. There is a basket as well for extra stuff. I did put a little plant over there in the corner, and there's a hook on the wall. There are blackout curtains in all of the rooms. I did forget to mention that. And then there's a mirror too in this one. And the attic is right next door to this. So I'll take you up here. This is a fun little space. It is very steep. Use at your own risk. There's a little extra little steep step here, and you definitely have to watch your head. This is not necessarily great for tall people. Okay, so when you come up the stairs, if you remember, there were slats like that. We added them some more slats in between so that there's no danger of kids sliding through there. We did minimal amount of work up here, and honestly, I guess ran out of time. We weren't sure for a while, are we going to open it? But with how it works up here with, you know, the heating and cooling part, we decided to have it available. You know, everyone can use it at their own discretion. It's some tight quarters getting down, but it is fun for kids. And we've got a second TV up here. And so that's fun if you need to have extra space. I mean, you could even throw I've got like a foam pad. It doesn't quite fit on this bench, but I had gotten it because if you could throw it on the floor and you could use it to lounge on or sleep on. We do have an air mattress too that you could use up here if you'd want to, that type of thing. But yeah, I've got some chairs here, some blankets, Ohio State, of course. And I had this piece of art that I was going to hang downstairs, but it's too big and I wasn't really able to use it. So I put it up here for now. We've got that area, and then you pan over here. You've got a little play area for smaller kids. I have several toys and some books and things. I don't have a whole lot, but if you're staying here, you're free to, you know, use the space, but you will need to tidy up after yourself just because it's kind of an extra thing, and I don't really want to put it on the cleaner to have to clean up a bunch of toys and stuff. So I did try to keep it minimal, but you know, it's a really fun place for kids to hang out. This is the attic space. Going down, we added a rail to the side here. We couldn't do it too much higher than that because it makes it hard to get around the corner when you're going down. Fun little spot here. A little bit later, didn't actually finish the tour earlier as far as closing it out, but if you do want to stay here, we would love to host you. The link will be in the description box, as I mentioned, and you can check that out. There's a lot to do up here. I'm also going to have some local recommendations right here at the house, like a little guidebook, our recommendations. So hopefully that'll help y'all if you're up here, but I really, really hope you enjoy your time in Sugar Creek, Holmes County area. If you do come, and if you're just watching to watch the tour, I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you back in Florida.